You're lying in bed, the doors are locked, the house is silent, and you are objectively safe. Then you reach over and turn out the lamp. Within seconds, your pupils dilate and your heart rate ticks up. Even though you know there's nothing in the room with you, you find yourself straining your ears for the sound of a floorboard creaking. Why does the modern human brain still trigger a panic response in a perfectly secure environment? This chart highlights a massive developmental gap. While our technology made a vertical climb recently, our biology, that flat line, barely moved. It's an evolutionary mismatch. To understand that shiver, we must strip away modern walls to see what shaped our biology for millennia. During the day, our ancestors were apex hunters, but the moment the sun dipped below the horizon, they lost their primary sensory advantage, their sight, and the hierarchy of the wild immediately flipped. Our modern fear of the dark is rooted in a long, prehistoric reality, where being unable to see meant you had officially become the prey. Imagine trying to rest for the night while massive, dark shapes blur rapidly through the trees just outside your camp. Before humans controlled fire, survival at night meant climbing high into tree branches or huddling in shallow, exposed caves, hoping to remain undetected until dawn. To survive this constant threat, we relied on a specific biological adaptation called unihemispheric slow-wave sleep. This diagram shows how the brain rests in a dangerous environment. One hemisphere powers down, while the other remains active, scanning like radar. That alert side stays hyper-focused on auditory and olfactory signals, waiting for a snapping twig that signals an approaching predator. Early tribes combined this brain function with social coordination, sleeping in staggered shifts, where at least one person was always monitoring the pitch-black woods. For the vast majority of our history, the human night was a high-stakes, exhausting biological defense mission. Everything changed when ancient humans learned to harness and maintain a consistent fire. This new technology wasn't just for comfort. It was a tactical tool used to keep large, night-hunting predators at a distance. Fire created a literal zone of safety. The glowing radius of the campfire aggressively shrank the territory where predators could operate, pushing danger back into the shadows. By creating this artificial boundary of light, our ancestors successfully extended the usable hours of the day. Inside this light, humans had the time and safety to bond. This led to the birth of oral storytelling and the first late-night social structures. This environmental security finally allowed the human brain to relax its constant vigilance and achieve deep two-hemisphere REM sleep. By providing the safety needed for deep sleep and a way to cook calorie-dense food, fire helped fuel the growth of the human brain and jump-started the development of human culture. Today, you sit in a fireless, modern home, but the echoes of those prehistoric nights remain. 100,000 years of using fire is not enough time to erase millions of years of being hunted in the dark. When you experience insomnia, your brain is often entering a state of hypervigilance, an ancient instinct to stay awake on guard duty because it perceives the silence and darkness of your room as a potential threat. We see this in hypnic jerks. This diagram shows the primitive brainstem firing an emergency signal, causing a violent muscle contraction as you fall asleep. This reflex evolved to wake early humans sleeping in trees if their muscles relaxed, preventing a fatal fall. Your nighttime anxiety isn't a flaw, it is a million-year-old defense protocol that is still working exactly as intended. The next time you feel uneasy in the dark, thank your ancestors for the instincts that kept them and you alive. Subscribe to uncover more of the evolutionary secrets hidden inside your mind.